Chair, what was the point you were trying to make? I couldn't hardly hear you.
I was saying that you shouldn't regulate it because they're private businesses. They have the right to decide whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like,
and as a member of the society, we have the right to decide what these corporations can and can't do.
no, you don't.
Yes, we do.
That's a rather collectivist mindset there.
Yeah. No, it
is. You're all like, as a member of the society, that's pretty...
It's actually a very individualist way of thinking because I'm trying to protect the individual from these massive fucking corporations. You know,
The problem is that they have the right to decide what politics they're going to support and what politics.
Okay.
I don't think
they have those rights. Should they have those rights?
I'm saying I don't think a web host should be able to say, "Oh, we're only going to allow left-wing people on this website," but that's just the reality of.
Okay, I'm not asking what is already the reality. I'm arguing for what should be the reality. Should they,
Yes. You're asking, should they have those rights? The answer is yes.
All right. So you're in agreement with me for an Internet Bill of Rights.
I don't think you should have let him finish the question, Chair.
No, that's not what I said. What I said was, I agree that private corporations should have the right to kick whoever they want off their fucking platform because it's a private corporation. That's what I'm agreeing to.
That's what he meant by that. Okay, that's what he thought you meant by rights, Ham.
Yeah. That we know that's inherently, not even true anymore.
That's the free market. So
fuck the free market.
Fuck your big government.
Yeah, fuck the free market.
When we get the free market, we get shit like, drug companies passing off antifreeze as medicine or rolling, explosive devices. They market as a Ford Pinto.
I thought you had once said that you were somewhat for free markets. I mean, I made the argument at one point that being pro free markets was like inherently a right wing ideology, and then you made a correction. Hey, I'm for free markets as well.
But he's talking about giving the government the power to decide who gets censored and who doesn't, and that's a bad fucking idea.
Ford's still in business, yet they still passed off the Ford Pinto, which was a fucking explosion ready to happen.
Okay, Metal Minister mentioned something about Ford being bailed out, or I don't know, maybe it was actually a company above Ford that owned them.
They bailed, the automotive industry was bailed out in general, which was a fucking disaster.
When was he talking about they were getting bailed out? Was he talking about during the 1970s, or was he talking about during the 2000 aughts?
No, this is a more recent one. That was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, so Metal Minister is full of fucking shit. He's a fucking retard.
Hey, shut the fuck up, asshole.
As is any libertarian who defends the absurd idea of absolutely free market.
Fuck you too, you condescending whore.
I mean, I'm fucking right.
No.
Only in your head, and it's been pretty obvious.
I mean,
not in your head.
I got a question to you, Ham.
What
is bank bailouts? Is that evidence for not bank bailouts, but just government bailouts of corporations in general? Is that evidence against the notion that we are currently a free market?
Yeah, that's a pretty good point to make.
So
bailouts are
you keep on saying that we are a free market, or we've had a free market for the longest time. I mean, in past streams, when really you look at the example of like bailouts, that's one example of us not having a free market, and also the minimum wage laws.
How does it make it not a free market?
Because the government is intervening in the market.
Yeah, if they wouldn't do that, then
rigging like the game for one corporation over another.
And who's rigging? And who's rigging who's making the government rig the economy for these corporations.
You know, I'm not arguing.
Corporations.
I'm not arguing against the argument that corporations are like buying out politicians or something. That's more evidence of the plutocratic society that we have today.
Yeah.
Look at the absurd statement you guys are making. You guys want to give the private corporations who are fucking up, our society and the government all the power to fuck up our society and the government.
I don't know how we transitioned from what I said to that. I don't think any of us are necessarily against regulations to like prevent a person from directly infringing on other people's liberties in a business way, like say you sell moldy food to somebody.
Well, yeah, of course.
I think most of us in here, we agree on very, very minimal government interference and regulation, okay? We don't want none. We just want very minimal.
Yeah, like I'm not for laissez-faire economics, Ham.
Good, because then you'd be fucking absurd.
Yeah, I feel like that's been the mistranslation for the longest fucking time. Like,
but here's the thing: you're arguing against, a regulation, an internet bill of rights that's becoming more and more obvious on how necessary it is.
Right. For one thing, you don't have like a right to internet.
Exactly. That's what I said. Unless they make it a public utility, no one has the right to the internet. It's a privilege.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the modern public square. The fucking internet was developed and created by the government.
Public square. There are like other ways of communication, and this public. Whoa! There's other methods of communication other than the internet.
Is it as effective? And is it as effective?
Berners-Lee created
probably not, but. Does not.
Can you reach millions of people just by talking on a corner, a street corner?
Ham. The government did not invent the internet. Berners-Lee invented the internet.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
To answer your question, radio is one method.
Yeah, we were talking about how. Yeah, we were talking about how the individual. God damn it, Patrick! Fucking mute yourself.
Oh.
Or get a fucking headphones.
That's my blue snowball.
Let's see. What was I talking about? We were talking about how the individual mandate is a fundamentally right-wing idea.
Oh yeah,
because it operates within the within the market system. The public option is a centrist position because you got the option of either the government healthcare or the free market healthcare. And to the right of that is an individual mandate.
Because it operates within the market. I got a question. Minimum wage, like asking or advocating for a higher minimum wage, doesn't that like operate within the market?
It's a bad idea, but
it's actually a good idea, and
does it operate within the market?
Yeah.
But would you say that advocating for a higher minimum wage would be a right-wing position with that logic?
No, because the right wing is always arguing for a lower or non-existent minimum wage.
Exactly. So just because that individual mandate operates within the market, or tells you. Just because that it operates within the market doesn't make it necessarily a right-wing position.
It is in the right-wing position because it's more because it operates more in the market than the other healthcare solutions like public option and the single payer system.
Okay. Well, I'm following along your logic, and you're saying that minimum wage that operates within the market is not a right-wing position. I'm trying to say by that same logic, neither is individual mandate necessarily.
You're not even applying my logic.
A higher minimum wage.
Yes, I am. Hey guys, I want to I'm gonna get off here pretty soon, but I want to have the floor just for a few minutes. I mean, by principle, I'm against the minimum wage because that infringes on people's private property rights in the way that it tells a person how they should or should not run their business in a way that does not invade on other people's in a way that does not infringe on other people's rights. And also in practice, I have like an article here from USA Today, which I will link here in the side chat, actually. And at one point in the description, it says, a report from the University of Washington found that when wages increased to $13 in 2016, some companies may have responded by cutting low-wage workers' hours. The study, which was funded in part by the city of Seattle, found that workers clocked 9% fewer hours on average and earned $125 less each month after the most recent increase. This is talking about Seattle's incremental wage increase, by the way.
I'll count this dark because Seattle is where Steve Shives is, and I blocked Seattle.
Oh, God. But anyway, that's all I have to say. You guys have fun arguing over that bit of information. But right now, my friend is ready to play Overwatch with me. So,
all right. Take care, Dark, my swell blowjob giving bloke.
Oh, God. Anyway,
see you later.
All right, see ya. We got Elk.
Bye-bye.
What did I just walk into?